pretty cliche story, but I was always in the kitchen with my grandma and my mom. It's like out of a storybook, but it's the truth. Rewind. We moved to California when I was 16, and I had never really experienced true Mexican food. It was always like sour cream and sliced black olives, and you know that deal, pico de gallo and everything, right? When I got to California and I went with some friends to a burrito place in town, and I was like, all right, yeah, burritos, whatever. And like we got a burrito, and I remember it was like pork Colorado, and it was like lights out delicious. Like, what are these flavors? It was just like nothing I'd ever had. The chilies, the charring of vegetables, and like just the depth and the richness and the earthiness of a lot of the flavors, and then obviously brought up by like the brightness of the lime and the pickles and the cilantro, always lots of cilantro, and it just blew me away. So I started to kind of get interested in it there, and then when I went to culinary school in Cambridge, I got my first line cooking job at La Verdad, and I ended up meeting a chef there named Darren Carbone, who was really good to me and kind of took me under his wing and taught me a lot about Mexican cuisine and kind of the fundamentals. And then from there, just a lot of reading and a lot of trial and error. And traveling to Mexico, oh my God, it's my favorite place to go. Just eat my way through the whole country. There's this dish that my aunt who lives in Santa Monica used to make. I think it's very like 1950s Southwestern food, but it's so good. It's called enchilada pie. And like if you can think about lasagna, but instead of using lasagna, you use tortillas. And you make like all the same stuff you would make for an amazing taco. Pork Colorado, cheese, right? And then like salsa, tortilla, and you build it like a lasagna, and then you garnish it with all the same stuff as a taco, and it's beautiful, and it's like totally hokey, but so delicious, and just like a really fun dish. And these tortillas work excellently for that. I had never heard about them. I was actually doing a crazy thing, and we were making all our own tortillas at Yellow Door. We were using actually maseca, which I was kind of bummed out about because obviously that's not a true tortilla. And I just knew we would never be able to source a great masa. So it was kind of like an up in the air thing. How are we gonna make our own? Are we gonna like go through the whole process? But like, as you know, in order to do that, you need like a whole facility just to do that. So Jack turned me on to these, and I've been in love with them ever since. I use them all the time. I use them at my own home. Yeah, they're sweet. I don't know. Every morning I either walk my dog through the woods, or I'm on a cranberry bog, or I'm by the beach. It's just like something that I have to do no matter what else is going on. I'll wake up at 5 in the morning if I have to go to fulfill this. And I just get so much inspiration just being in nature. When you do that, you're really in tune to the seasons. And then just like little things that you might see, you know, if it's the spring and you see some bunnies running around, then maybe you're inspired to do a bunny taco, you know, with some chive blossoms and some other delicious spring things. So it just depends. And then I think also like traditions, like I talked about, like taking stuff that might not be traditionally seen as Mexican and then applying it in a Mexican kind of style. But nature is probably my biggest inspiration. And then obviously scrolling through Instagram, you see some cool stuff. You're like, oh, maybe I could do like the other version of that. But the one thing they have to try is our smoked guacamole is lights out. We smoke jalapenos, which totally gives it a different kind of flavor than I think most guacamole. And then our ceviches are really great, especially during the summer. We have a lot of them. Right now we have a striper ceviche that's really delicious. It has a watermelon habanero agua, like a water, like for an agua chili, but it's not quite an agua chili. And a passion fruit curd and like a really delicious summer salad on there. I do, yeah. So because they don't have any additives and they are just pure corn and lime, one thing I like to do is I keep a little spray bottle of water, or even a little squeeze bottle of water works. And when you put the tortillas down on the flat top, I hit them with a little moisture, and that kind of really softens them up and keeps them soft. If you are busy, it's Saturday night, you do a bunch, spray them with water, and then you wrap them in aluminum foil, and it keeps them super hot and steamy and nice and soft, and the way that you want a tortilla, you know, pliable and delicious. So this is our chicken Colorado taco. On the bottom of the tortilla, we have ancho, yuca, and chihuahua cheese puree. The chicken is braised in chilies and chicken fat, which is pretty sweet. It has a fresh salsa verde, so we don't cook it at all. It's just tomatillos, onions, cilantro, garlic, serranos, all fresh. And then escabeche, which is a nice pickly mix on there, and cilantro. And then on the right, we have our fried clam taco that we run on Tuesdays for Taco Tuesday. And it has salsa bomba on the bottom is what we call it. It's a salsa we made here. A lot of roasty, yummy, earthy chilies, the fried clams, whole belly clams, guacamole, which is a nice avocado salsa, smoked jalapeno aioli, and then our pickled slaw on top. And then both of them have cilantro. Nice and delicious. Carne Asada. It's a 10-ounce flank steak marinated in a very traditional Carne Asada marinade. Has charred scallions and a nice little radish salad on there. Served with 4 organic Tierra Tortillas, black beans, some pickled cabbage, habanero salsa, avocado salsa we call guacamole, and some blistered serrano chilies. You can find me at Cósmica, 40 Berkeley Street in the south end of Boston, and you can see what kind of new stuff we're up to, what specials we're rolling out at Cósmica Boston Instagram. And my handle is at Coburnwood, and we can't wait to see you. It's like a party here every day, tacos and margaritas, so please come on by.